Hey, welcome back to my channel. First and foremost, I want to say thank you for being here at Warrior Goddess Queen. Thank you for giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you haven't already done so. And I can't wait to tell you about today's topic so that you can leave me a comment down below about your thoughts on it. So today I'm going to talk about how you are actually harming your relationship when you think you're helping. And I'm going to give you the one very simple question that you can ask to stop doing that, to stop harming it. So again, welcome. My name is Holly Burby. I am the founder of the Facebook group online Warrior Goddess Queen Tribe, a free resource of over 4,500 women who are there to support one another. It's a group all about relationships and sisterhood. And what I do is I am a relationship coach for the ambitious career woman who fears that she might rock the boat in her committed partnership, and instead she wants to feel confident and fully self-expressed and herself in that partnership. So I'm really excited for you to be here today. And again, thank you in advance for your thumbs up and your subscribes and your comments down below. And without further ado, let's jump into it today. Ladies, sometimes when our partners are going through it, as powerful women, as ambitious as we are, as get shit done as we are, sometimes we jump in and with the purest of intentions, we want to handle it. Not just fix it, but handle it or help them. I'm helping them. I'm going to do it. And there's a question that that I'm going to tell you that you can ask your partner instead. And that question is, how can I support you in what's happening? Now, this question might seem a little fluffy, a little frou-frou to you, but let me explain why this question, how can I support you with what you're going through, or how can I support you in this moment, is really, really important. So what happened, let me give you a scenario. So let's say you and your honey are having a conversation at the end of a weekday, and you both come home from work, and you're like, how's it going at work right now? And all of a sudden, he gives you this story about business has been really slow. Maybe he's in sales and then the numbers are not coming in. So he's a little concerned about income for the month, or maybe that has happened a couple of months in a row. And your initial instinct, likely being as powerful and as ambitious as you are, is, oh, well, I'll make more hours this week, or I'll bring on more clients myself in my business, or I will go ask for the raise, or we can cut back on the sitter's hours and save some money there. Perhaps your go-to is something like that, where you immediately hop in and give these solutions, suggestions of how you are going to handle the potential shortfall in income for the month because your significant other's job is having a minute, okay? It's having a moment and there's concern. That's actually not probably the best thing to do on a regular basis. Now, again, if this has happened before, if you've done this before, maybe it's been brought to your attention that that might not be the best way to help him out or support him in that moment. Or maybe you do this all the time. You still don't know until I'm telling you about it that this is something to take note of and notice your come from. So that scenario being set for you, let me describe why asking the question instead in that moment of, hey, honey, how can I support you with that right now? How can I help you in this moment, support you? What does it look like? Something along those lines. Choose one question and ask one question. That's another topic for another day, but ask him one question. How can I support you with this? Then listen. That question is better than giving all the suggestions. And here is why. In society, there are two types of people. There are the providers and protectors, and there are the supporters, okay? And one is not better than another. One is not more important than another. And these are, we'll say that everything is very gender neutral. It can really go any which way, regardless of what gender identity that a person has. And energetically speaking, the masculine principle tends to be the person who embodies that more often in the relationship, more masculine energy than feminine energy, they are typically the ones who are probably in the more protector provider space. And the person who lives more so in their feminine energy probably lives most of their day in their supporter space. Now, here's the catch. As a powerhouse, successful, ambitious woman like you, like me, we access both, right? Like we go to work and we run our businesses and we have our jobs and we raise our kids and we do everything that we're going to do and we get it all done, and we are providing and protecting in our own way, especially at work if we're career minded. And this scenario I'm talking to you about is actually a moment that's calling forth your moment to shine in a supporter role. And here's why it's really, really important. So in society, the protectors and the providers are revered, right? Thus, this thing that has happened over the last, century or decades at least, where women have come out in the limelight more and more. Career women climbing the corporate ladder, breaking through the glass ceiling, wanting equal pay, wanting equal rights, so on and so forth. So we are being taught as women to strive and to thrive and to have purpose. Well, then what happens is that's like the part that is heralded and revered because we want that credit just like men do. Okay, I assert that. Now, the supporting role is really important. The supporting role is the one that's going to be nurturing and asking that question of how can I support you in this moment? Now, is it very vital to have that role and that energy? Yes. As the nurturer, as a parent, as a lover, as a space for peace and ease. That's like the exhale to the inhale of the protector and the provider. But unfortunately, the supporting role, the supporter, is not really revered as much so in society as the protector and the provider. So enter this moment with you and your honey at home. And he's now in monetary, not crisis, but like problem mode and solution mode. And here you come swooping in and you hear this moment and see this moment as, I'll be the protector and the provider in this moment. I'm going to offer to do this and make more money here and work more hours here and cut back on expenses here. I have the solution. And the trouble that comes into play here is that it unintentionally can emasculate the masculine energy in your relationship. It can emasculate the person who embodies that masculine energy more often in the time than feminine energy. And it doesn't feel good. So in asking the question, how can I support you in this moment? What you're actually doing is giving the masculine, giving the person who embodies that energy more so than the other, you're giving them an opportunity to rise to the challenge. You're giving them an opportunity to have the solution on their own and to show themselves, from them and to them, to show themselves, I got this. I can handle this. And the way that emasculates sometimes is without permission to give those suggestions and solutions. What can sometimes happen is our partner can hear us and our suggestions as us saying, I don't trust you. I don't think you're going to fix it. I don't think you're going to come up with the solution. And that's not at all what we're thinking. We're just thinking, I want to alleviate his stress. So asking the question, how can I support you in this moment, is the number one thing that you can do that's going to help and support your relationship rather than harm it and potentially stop that moment of potential emasculation. Okay. So I really am looking forward to your comments. Let me know what you think below. Tell me in the comments, have you ever had that moment where you jumped in with all the solutions and the ideas instead of asking your partner, how can I support you? How did that turn out? What was it like? Or maybe the opposite has happened. Maybe you caught yourself before you gave him all the answers and all the ways it can work. Maybe you caught yourself and stopped yourself in time and you were able to step into that supporting role and ask your partner instead, how can I support you in this moment? And then you were able to listen and really be there in the way that he wanted you to. And it might still look like you working extra hours or taking on more jobs or cutting back on expenses. It might still look like that. But at least in that moment, it's showing in that question that you trust him to rise to the challenge and to be the protector and the provider. Okay? So you can all have your time to shine in that role, protector and provider. And in your relationship, let's have it work both ways and have everybody win. And with that, thank you so much again for tuning in this week. Again, thank you also for giving this video a thumbs up and leaving me a comment and subscribing if you haven't done so. You can find me over on Facebook in Warrior Goddess Queen Tribe with free coaching and resources there every single day. And you also can receive your free meditation from me, Awaken Your Warrior Goddess Queen, by going to warriorgoddessqueen.com. And until next time, love always in all ways. Bye.